The craziest part about that is, bro, this nigga got banned. When you get banned, you can come back. They didn't just block his account. They didn't just delete his Facebook or Instagram. They banned him, bro. They banned him. That's crazy. That's absurd to me. But like I said before, I mean, he probably doesn't give a fuck because he had a life before Instagram. He probably doesn't care, honestly. That's like the only social media platform he has. He does get way more recognition on YouTube, so but here we have Andrew Tate is going, they banned his shit, you feel me? So let's get it.
That's the sound of a million 14-year-old boys crying in anguish as their fearless leader, Andrew Tate, was banned on Instagram and Facebook today. Now, if you don't know who Andrew Tate is, you can just watch this video. And if you do, you're suffering like the rest of us, and we have...
This man ruined a generation of kids. Ruined? I wouldn't say ruined. Hold up. I think he's doing more positive impact than negative, if I'm being honest.
I have to talk about this guy once more, because this ban is...
When I hear people talk down on Andrew, all I think is like they have to be bitter. Like I'm not an Andrew fanboy or anything, but a lot of the shit he says is actually true. And he does say it provocatively on purpose. They just being they be in their fucking feelings, bro. They be in their fucking feelings.
Somehow a bit controversial. Now let me catch up to speed. Andrew Tate, no stranger to getting banned by social media.
Let's see what he got to say,
was banned on Twitter for the past 5 years for saying this, which I'm not going to read out loud, but you can...
Next point, if you put yourself in a position to be, you must bear some responsibility. I'm not saying it's okay, you got... Is that a bad thing to say? Is that a bad... He's not saying it's okay. It's not acceptable for people to do that in any sense. But if you put yourself in a position to be in that situation, you have to hold some accountability. Absolutely. Now, is it fucked up? Yes, it's very, very, very fucked up for some people to go through that. But if you even put yourself in a position to be in there, you have to take at least some accountability, bro. At least some. I'm not saying you deserve it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's good. It's very fucked up. But you have to take accountability at some point. Like, if I say, okay, boom, I'm thirsty. Last video, I get some water. I get a bottle of water. There's a 7-Eleven over here, Beverly Hills. It's a 7-Eleven over here in Compton, straight in the hood. If I go to the one in Compton, chances are I'm thinking, all right, I might get robbed. I have to take some accountability for that. Is that right? So same thing with here, bro.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's crazy. He said that publicly and thought it too. Like, you have to think it. Anyway, he was banned on Facebook.
I honestly do not think that's... Next point, if you put yourself in a position to be... You must bear some responsibility. If you... Let's change the sentence, bro. If you put yourself in a position to be robbed, you must bear some responsibility. If you're walking down the street, 2 o'clock in the morning, pitch black, you have nothing on, you have no gun, no taser, no weapon, no nothing, you must bear some responsibility of being robbed. You must say, okay, well, I went down this block 2 o'clock in the morning. I kind of fucked up by doing that. I knew I could have got robbed. I did it anyway. I'm not saying they should have robbed me. I'm not saying it's okay for them to rob me or it's more by any sense, but take some accountability. Acting like a bitch, bro. Acting so bro, it's acting, ugh.
Like, you have to think it anyway.
That's
he was
facts.
banned on Facebook. Now, I try to find out the exact reason. The ban is a little bit weird in the sense that there was no specific moment that led up to this ban. There was no one thing that he did that Facebook's like, no, not that. But I looked through their hate speech, which they say don't post. Makes sense to me. And it says, do not dehumanize people, including women, as household objects or refer to them as property.
Oh, that's
and then I saw
why.
this clip of Andrew Tate doing that.
If I have responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority. For the same reason, if I have responsibility over, and everyone's going to lose their mind, it's an example, it's only an analogy.
It's an analogy. I know what he's about to say. He's about to probably talk about a boat or a car. A ship. Being a captain.
Example, it's only an analogy. If I have responsibility over a child, I have to have some authority. Okay. You cannot be responsible for something that doesn't listen to you. You can't be responsible.
Okay, my favorite part about this is Dave Portnoy goes tough off the first one. But the video doesn't end.
Responsible for a dog if it doesn't obey you, or a child if it doesn't obey you, or a woman doesn't obey you.
Super sexist path.
It's an analogy, bro. It's an absolute analogy. I don't see why people don't acknowledge that. Okay, you don't like the analogy, use a different one, bro. Use a different one. Say, reverse the roles. You're a girl, you got a boyfriend. This nigga does nothing but play video games and smokes all day. You're working, you're paying the bills, you're doing everything. You kind of have a higher role in a relationship than him. So obviously you must have some authority over him. Stop playing the video games. Go get a job. But when it's the reverse, it's a big problem. Like, bro, it's basic human dynamics. Basic human dynamics, bro. Basic.
Cool. Let's take a beautiful sports car. It doesn't matter, a house, land,
didn't help.
whatever.
Okay, wait, I'm being sexist. Okay, so my shovel of a wife, right? It's crazy. But look, if you don't take my word that Andrew Tate is sexist, maybe this guy will convince you.
That's not sexist. It's basic human dynamics, and it plays out mostly in a role of man and woman in a relationship, with men being an authoritarian role, because men naturally have more of a responsible role in a relationship, bro.
Realistic about the world, I'm gonna be a little bit sexist. I'll openly say I'm a little bit sexist because I'm realistic.
Bro, honestly, sometimes people just baffle me.
Men are just better than women.
So I feel like we got that out of the way.
If you're gonna clip something that he's saying, just make sure to play the rest of the clip. Like that's like selective hearing. If you're gonna hear him out, hear everything he has to say out, bro. And I'm not being a Tate bandwagon, but you have to be fair, bro. You have to be fair. Man, these dudes be some bitches. Exactly, bro. Fucking.
Hey, now let me make it very clear. I think Andrew Tate is a piece of shit. I think him being banned is overall a good for the world. It's not that much of a difference because the sexism's still there, right? Think of it like this. Meta banning Andrew Tate is taking away their responsibility to actually deal with the root problems of their platform, where they're promoting people who are Islamophobic, sexist, racist.
I don't think that's sexist.
With their
I do not think that's sexist. That's basic human nature, bro. That's human dynamics.
Algorithm, the same problems that YouTube, Twitter deal with. Every single social media platform has an algorithm, and they're boosting. They're the ones literally lifting up these creators, and then as a good thing, they'll ban one, like the head of the Hydra, and then two more will come out. I mean, there will be two more sexist content creators in 6 months that come out of this that are maybe a little less effective at making money and have a little more hair on their head, probably. Okay, that is the reality of the situation. And there's gonna be some people, maybe even watching this video, who are like, they're trying to silence my boy Tate. They're trying to silence him. Really? You think Meta is trying to silence Andrew Tate when they didn't even silence their Facebook users from causing a, quote, determining role in the Rohingya genocide, which by the way, caused over 20,000 people to die in a lot more atrocities? You think the line was, you know what? It's that Tate guy. Now, honestly, what probably happened is there's some high-level exec who got Andrew Tate on their radar. Hassan, I'll call him earlier. He told me this is his theory, that there's some 11-year-old boy in the fucking basement going, God, you bitch. And it's a Facebook dad exec or mom exec up top, and they went to work, and it's one click of a button, and he's gone. It's probably that simple, because that's how platforms work. They're notoriously inconsistent with bans. If that is your concern, if you're like, damn, this was an inconsistent ban, yeah, that's how it works with all these platforms. Twitch bans streamers for saying cracker, but doesn't for ableist slurs. YouTube doesn't know where its own line is. The platform's content moderations have become haphazard.
I like the fact that he did pull up multiple articles just to prove his point, so I do like that part.
And inconsistent. Twitter under pressure over double standards after Donald Trump MAGA crackdown. Every single platform struggles with consistent moderation because they have the pressure of having an algorithm to make people enjoy their site and stay in it longer, but the algorithm's just a robot that doesn't care if it's promoting something bad or hate-filled. It just promotes for people to stay on the platform.
That makes sense.
And then they tried to do the Band-Aid of, oh, we'll ban that now. I mean, you probably should have some solution on the in-between. This is my take. Maybe something that's different than banning. Maybe something like maybe blacklisting. Like, you don't have him the algorithm away anymore. Just pull him out of the algorithm.
What's he actually talking about?
It's the same thing as YouTube with demonetizing. You know how powerful demonetizing is?
Fucked up.
Demonetizing has killed channels. It's made creators stop posting. It's not a good thing, but if you need a step between banning and not banning, so it's not a fucking controversy.
But if it is somebody like Andrew Tate, demonetizing isn't going to do anything. realistically.
Made creators stop posting. It's not a good thing.
I don't even think
but
he
if
has
you
his
need
channel
a step
monetized.
between banning and not banning, so it's not a fucking
But if he's
controversy.
talking about if he's talking about demonetizing in general, not specifically talking about Andrew Tate, then that does make sense.
Posting. It's not a good thing. But if you need a step between banning and not banning, so it's not a fucking controversy every time like Andrew Tate or a Andrew Tate clone gets banned, you can do that. And then maybe creators will be a little less centrist about this take and with a little more gumption to be able to say, oh yeah, I think it makes sense that Andrew Tate was demonetized off the platform and he's no longer circulating in the algorithm. He probably shouldn't be promoted because all he is doing is trying to sell his multi-level marketing scheme, which I think is a good enough reason to not promote someone at all in the first place.
I do want to defend that point, but I don't want to look like an Andrew Tate fanboy. But fuck it, I'll say it. Andrew Tate did have an affiliate marketing, and I'm currently in HU. I'm in Hustlers University. He did have an affiliate program within HU, but he took it out like a few months ago. So there is no affiliate. If you tell somebody to sign up, you don't get money for it. Like, no. That's not the case.
And I saw even creators I really like have takes that I thought were so mid. Like, I think CoffeeZilla is a smart guy. I think he makes great videos. But he says, I dislike Tate. Kids are going to grow up thinking their only weapon against ideas is deplatforming. I don't think the kids are the ones.
Panera chefs have crafted a masterpiece.
I don't think
Succulent seared chicken,
that's
a secret aioli.
Kids thinking about, deplatforming is
Formed Tate here.
No.
I think the platforms do it when they're, because you're doing
but
a
what's he
debate
actually talking about right now, bro?
with Tate this week. I'm just saying the timing.
When did he post that? Debate with Tate is happening next week. He posted that August 11th. It's the 20th right now, bro. Next week, probably in a few days, and then it'll take some time to upload it. So maybe in 2 weeks, CoffeeZilla and Andrew Tate have a podcast.
A little convenient.
Or a debate.
And also, do you really think that you're going to talk to Andrew Tate and change his mind? Is that the goal? Is it sit him down?
It's not about changing
and enter
each
the
other's
marketplace
mind.
of ideas and he exits
It's
a
not
better
about
man?
that.
This has happened before. Hassan went on a call with Andrew Tate. They were talking about how imperial data is important and you can't just get into a car accident with 2 women and then say all women are bad drivers because it's too small of a sample size. You can look at a much larger sample size and pull real scientific data from it.
Andrew, do you believe the Earth is flat or round, spherical, globe?
Round.
You believe it's round, right? But when you walk outside, it feels like it's flat.
Brother, and I
It looks flat, it feels flat, but you believe it's round. Why do you believe the Earth is round?
Because I have personal experience that would prove to me that the Earth is round.
Oh, you have personal experience. What happened? Did you
let's
go up
hear
to
this.
the
Let's
fucking
hear
moon?
this.
Is that how you figured it out?
Exactly. I flew up into space.
What are you doing?
Moon? Is that how you figured it out?
Exactly. I flew up into space and I looked down on Earth and
Yeah.
I saw a big circle.
That's crazy.
I looked
Okay,
down there,
you don't have
looked
to.
down
Hey,
there,
listen, you don't have to concede on that point, but I think you and I both understand the importance of scientific, the importance of empirical evidence in that one, right? Or you know.
It's a great counterpoint.
Yo, I
it's
keep
something that
talking
Andrew
over each
Tate
other. I
has
hate
to
that
face
shit.
in a live setting, which can be a little stressful. So he
All right,
goes
well,
into this,
what's the
made
point?
up
What is he
story.
actually trying to
He's
get
trying
at?
to change a worldview. All YouTube discussions are a waste of time to some extent because back in the day, discussions were between one person, and you are trying to reach a mutual conclusion
exactly.
together. Or perhaps you have some preconceived conclusions and they'll change during the duration of a conversation. But nowadays, these conversations, whether they're through a podcast or a debate or whatever
Hell yeah,
it is,
bro. It's like
there's a
he's
third
just
person-
nagging on something. Like, he's not coming to a point. Like, what is he talking about?
which is why debate bros and all that shit entered in the public sphere. And I replied,
Yeah, I do want to hear this point, though.
not a genuine effort at all, which is why I was surprised when I saw this take from Ordinary
Banning Andrew
Gamer.
Tate is dumb.
Another
Ideas
creator,
should
by the
be
way, who I think is
challenged and
great. But he
spread
said banning
misinformation.
Andrew Tate is dumb.
Facts.
Ideas should be challenged, and
I
if he
kinda
spreads
agree with that.
misinformation, it should be countered in the public sphere. And I replied to this. I think it encapsulates my thoughts now pretty well. Regardless of whether banning is the correct decision, the idea that truth prevails in the public sphere has been repeatedly proven false. People just move to spheres that agree with their truth.
That makes sense.
And I found this the other day because they made a mogul male.
People naturally move to ideas that normally make them comfortable. So
And
yeah.
I talked about
And sometimes the truth hurts, so people don't want to hear the truth, regardless of what that is.
And I found this the other day because they made a mogul male, and I talked about people who were anti-vax. I use the term anti-vaxxers, which people
All
are
right,
very
all right. I'm low-key done with this video now.
better at where other people are watching.
All right, but there we go. Andrew Tate got banned. You feel me? This dude is very emotional, and yeah. But yeah, that's that, bro.